Whenever I talk to potential clients for digital capital partners, a lot of them ask me, like, what are the advantages of being involved in a crypto hedge fund? And, some of the advantages are similar to a traditional Wall Street type hedge fund in that, the newbie in crypto might have the mentality of what's called quantitative investing. And that is like they buy an asset or they buy a protocol at its young stages when it's young and it's priced very cheap, 0.00069, and you get three of them for a penny, and like a pink sheet of sorts. And then you're hoping that 2 years down the road it's worth a penny or two, and you can 100 extra money. And that certainly is one way to make money in crypto, and people have become very wealthy in that. But that's not the only way. There's other ways that are called discretionary investing, meaning that when you partner with the general partnership here at Digital Capital Partners, we take our collective of think tanks, that people have a wide range of experience regarding, we have Series 6 and Series 8 licensed financial advisors on board with us. We have analysts, we have an allocator, we have a CFO, we have people like myself, and all of us have input as to what is going to happen with the collective of the crypto. But some of the advantages of it is we get to develop our strength and as a group, and we get to spread out the liability or the potential loss of principal based on diversity. I think that's a real key component to participating in a hedge fund, meaning that if we earmark, let's say, 6% of our overall portfolio to very high risk vehicles, and unfortunately, let's say we don't do good in that asset class or that vehicle, it's not going to affect the other 94% of the things that we deem as moderate or less risky. So that's one of the advantages. The other thing is, you don't have access to some of the investment models that we have internally here, and that's not a takeaway or anything, that's just reality. For example, some of these investments, you have to have $500,000, upwards of $1 million as an entry level in some of these other greater pools. So like when you look at traditional banking and lending, bank debenture notes and things like that, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Sometimes these banks and other institutions make 30, 50, 100% a month on your money. And then you're going to get a statement every year gives you, 5 to 15% on some sort of, fund that you're involved with. And I think that's wrong. I think when the banks make all the money and you get a pittance, I think that's wrong. So here, although it be hedge funds are historically a little higher risk than the normal conservative funds, but you're going to get the higher pay. So along with great risk comes great reward. So that's another advantage of it. For example, we have a plethora of vehicles that we partake in. Some of them may be yield farming type aggressive DeFi projects that are well researched. We're not into these pump and dumps or Ponzi type programs. These are DeFi projects that have a history. They have a certain level of liquidity to them. There's mechanisms where there's no pull the rug out from under you syndrome, then the fund or the DeFi project collapses, which has happened in the past. We research our DeFi projects very carefully. We're involved with artificial intelligent bot mechanisms that permit us to simulate higher levels of arbitrage trading. That gives us the spreads. It might be a fraction of a spread, but when you're working at $100,000, $500,000 at a time, it's quite lucrative. So that happens also in a hedge fund. In a hedge fund, you could be involved behind the scenes in a crypto mining project that's solar generated, let's say in Texas, that we're looking at right now, that bring to the table. We do buy and hodl certain underpriced market cap coins that we believe have real case use or future technology advantages. So those are some of the things that are advantageous to be part of the investment pool or the collective. There's many mechanisms that we employ here. I can't really divulge all the recipe, but you kind of get a flavor of what we're doing. More importantly, from a lifestyle perspective, I remember years ago being up 1, 2, 4 o'clock in the morning and trading in Asia and waiting for the Japanese market to open so I can get a better buy, or to sell when it peaks here and have all the stop losses on 6 or 8 different exchanges, and being in boiler rooms, big as this, with 50 traders at a time with microphones, and I've been there and I know what that's like, and that's not what you want to be involved with. It's not a lifestyle. So you want turnkey. You have a life, you have children to take care of, elderly parents, you're retired, or you just don't understand this stuff. We get it. Or you just don't have an interest in being, Joe Techie with digits on a screen. We understand that. That's why we do it for you. That's the advantage of being involved in a crypto hedge fund. It's turnkey. Let us work your crypto for you. Let us realize bigger portfolio results for you with proven methodologies and proven systems. I hope you get back with the person that showed you this video. Good luck to you. Take care.